What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. What's good? I'm Mark. I'm chilling. You don't know what the deal is. All right, I think it's my fourth video I'm doing today for y'all. I told y'all I'm coming back with a vengeance. All right, I missed y'all. All right, so this video I'm actually pretty passionate about. This video is going to be about why a good holster is so important. Now, when I say a good holster, I mean something like this. This, in particular, actually is a Glock 19 We the People holster. But regardless, all right, you don't need to get this brand or whatever, this exact model, unless you have, a model like this or the 23, because my Glock 23 can fit in here perfectly because they're the same size. But regardless, I mean why it's important to have a good, hard holster. All right. Now, I will give an exception to my Ruger LCP's holster. Why? Because the trigger pull on this, and I'm not going to pull the trigger because y'all can see there's a live round in there, but the trigger pull on this is a lot heavier. All right, so I'm relying on that. And yes, this actually does cover the trigger guard. You see what I mean? So that I do give an exception for little pocket guns like that. If the trigger is actually heavy and long, yes, I do give an exception to that. However, for your standard carry gun, we're not talking about a pocket gun, having a holster like this is extremely crucial. Now, why is it so important? I'm going to give you a couple of examples of why they're important. All right. So I'm not going to go into any names or how I know them, but I know this one dude, right? He liked to do what is called felon carrying. What is felon carrying? I'll show you guys. All right. No mag in there. Sliders like that. All right. Felon carry is where people like to, and oftentimes they'll do this with a round in the chamber, which is fucking stupid. They'll sit there and throw a gun on their hip like that, no holster, and just throw their shirt over it. Now, here's why this is dumb. All right. A few reasons, actually, why it's fucking dumb. But one of the main reasons is, well, in this guy's case, he had to readjust his pants, and, well, let's just say I don't know if he shot his dick, but I didn't ask that part. But dude accidentally shot himself. It it was a shitty situation. You know what I mean? It was something that could have been avoided if he had a good quality holster. You know what I mean? Now, some guns like the SIG P320, it doesn't matter whether or not you have a good quality holster or not. That bitch will go off in a good quality holster. It doesn't matter. So, it's also important to not have a P320, regardless. Having a holster like this that, you know what? Actually, let me go ahead and grab. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Should have been prepared. I'm sorry. I know. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. So, got my Glock 23 in here. All right. For those of y'all who are like, oh, how do we know it's not a 19? 40. Regardless, though. So, y'all can see, covers the trigger guard. Very important. That stops anything like string your fingers, unless you already got your finger on the trigger like a goddamn retard. But it stops anything from causing that trigger to be pulled. And I can vouch for it because, well, I've carried with one in the chamber in my holster countless times. Well, not carried like concealed carried out of my home, but I mean at my home, at my friends' houses. We actually have a range we go to where they'll let us like practice our draws. But regardless, my entire point though is that I've never had an issue because it's a good quality holster. It is a hard holster that, you ready for this? I can sit here and not shake a gun out unless I had to sit there and shake it harder like you saw. Sat there, took a good few shakes for it to come out. It's not going to be coming out too easy unless you draw it yourself. Overall, though, and for those of y'all who are wondering, because I'm sure there's some safety Nazis right there that are, just writing out the comments. First off, you can see the trigger's back, which, if you know anything about Glocks, indicates that chamber's empty, but chamber is clearly empty. I'm not gonna fucking sit there and run my finger on it because I just moved up the feed ramp. But I would not carry a gun on my hip that has a, like, I don't know, just a soft holster. I couldn't do it. I would be too worried. Look, I can't, no matter how hard I try, I couldn't pull the trigger on this thing if I wanted to. I can't get my finger in there to pull the trigger unless I actually push it off. You see what I mean? Nothing's going to get in there. Look, ready? I'm going to, I'm not going to use my keys actually. Fuck it. I'll use this $20 bill. All right. This is not going to be able to really get in there and do anything like that. This is going to go that far. Oh, wait, will it? No. Not getting. Let's see. Now, look, we got it all the way in there. I want to see if it actually got into the trigger guard or whether it just stayed like that. So, wow. Didn't get into the trigger guard. I mean, I expected such, but yeah. My whole point, though, is that it's going to be very difficult for something to get in there and be able to pull the trigger. You know what I mean? I don't know. Look, I just think it's very common sense to have a good quality holster. You don't need to go spend a shit ton of money. I mean, technically, I got this one as a gift, but they're $40 for at least this brand. That's not too much money just to make sure that you're going to secure and nothing's going to happen. You don't accidentally hurt yourself. You know what I mean? I don't think that's too big of a price to pay. Just my thoughts. I have Kydex holsters for my Glock 23, my G2C. I'm going to get one from SD9 soon. The only one I don't have a Kydex holster for, as I said, is my Ruger LCP. That's it. And I'll be honest with you, think about it like this, all right? It's gotten to a point, this thing has been in this holster so long. It's literally, I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's taken the damn shape of the LCP. Like, you see what I mean? It has taken the damn shape of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this back in my pocket. That is the only exception, though, in my opinion, is a little pocket gun like that where the trigger pull is a long, maybe heavy trigger pull. I prefer it be heavier, but regardless, not mine, but you know what I mean, like overall for pocket guns, I prefer a heavier trigger, but not too heavy. I'm actually not a big fan of the Smith & Wesson Bodyguards trigger. That's why I chose LCP over it. But that's just me. Regardless, though, I've seen situations where people, they're felon carrying, they accidentally shoot themselves. I've seen situations where there's another good reason why you want a good holster. If you don't have a holster and you're just felon carrying, for example, right? Or if you just have a shit holster that really can't, do much to hold the gun up, then you have a good chance of your gun falling down your pants, which I don't know about y'all. Sorry, I'm having to adjust my fucking, ooh, shit. Had to adjust my goddamn fucking pants there. That shit was awkward as hell for me. Y'all ever been sitting in a chair so long? Just feels like fuck. Long story short, but what ended up happening, right, is I've seen a situation where this dude's gun fell down his pants, and this is back in like I don't know the early 2010s. This was like when baggy clothes were still good. You know what I mean? And not like good, but like they were popular. You know what I mean? They were trendy. Uh, and it literally, apparently, this guy was a felon because he got arrested immediately. But His gun fell down his pants, fell out his pant leg. Now it didn't go off, thankfully. All right, if it was a P320, it probably would have went off. Nothing actually got in the middle of, like none got in the trigger guard and caused the trigger to be pulled. Nothing like that. However, this was in front of a cop that this happened. Got arrested immediately. Like I didn't know him too well. He was actually a friend's family member, but regardless. And no, before y'all go speculating, not Adam's family member at all. This is somebody who, when I say friend, I mean somebody I haven't spoken to since like, goddamn, seventh, eighth grade. You know what I mean? They're not a friend to me anymore. They just were a friend at the time when it happened. Uh, I know people who they'll just sit there. I know women who will just carry, a gun, like in their bra, and it'll be like a super small prostitute type gun. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? You got no holster for that gun. You're gonna. It's just not a great idea overall. All right, guys. Uh, get a good quality holster. Get a good holster. If you don't, you are only going to be hurting yourself in that sense. You're not going to be sitting there, oh yeah, well, I'm saving money, so that's going to help me. You're not helping yourself in any way, shape, or form by having a shitty holster. You're just risking fucking blowing your leg off, possibly your dick, part of your hip, whatever. The smaller your back, you risk having an even larger ass crack, essentially. You know, get a good holster. I honestly believe that most companies should give you a good holster when they sell you the gun, but that's just me. Now, look, if any companies want to, have me sponsor their new guns that they're releasing, with a good quality holster, hit my line. I'll test out the guns, give y'all the honest opinion, because guess what? It doesn't matter how much they pay me. If I don't like the gun, I'll send it right back to them. And if I really, really don't like it, I'll consider just saying, hey, I'm not going to do a review on this. Here's your money back. I don't care. All right. Money isn't my number one priority in this world. It really isn't. Not saying it's at the bottom, but it definitely isn't number one. I believe having whatever, we're not going to get into that. So all in all, and I have seen some holsters that they're like hybrid holsters actually, uh, where it's like one side of them, is softer than the other side. The other side's Kydex, but the other side is like leathery. I don't know how I feel 100% about that. I think Adam actually has one. He doesn't use it. I think he gave it to Milani, but I don't know. Regardless, though, he said he never had a problem with it. Um, I don't know though. That's him. I don't know how I personally would feel about it, but it's whatever. You know what I mean? I trust that he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? I trust that if he says it's a good quality holster, it should be a good quality holster. Uh, I don't get a Walmart holster. Okay, don't sit there and go to Walmart and just see Universal Pistol fucking holster and just buy that. Like, come on, have some self respect, have some dignity, guys. All right, be a fucking man about it. Because I hate to break this to y'all, I know most of y'all watching my videos are men. I know this. All right, and that's fine. The 2A community mainly is men, but regardless, be a man about it. Don't go to Walmart and get some shitty $10 holster. All right. Order a good holster online. Wait for it to get there. Hell, if you want to wait less time, pay more. You know what I mean? Don't cheat yourself out of the chance of not, you know, shooting yourself. I think cheating yourself out of that probably is trying to think of the best way to say it. It's a Biden level move. It's a Biden level move. I'm not gonna lie. That's like one of the dumbest things I can think of when it comes to carrying a gun is purposely carrying without a holster with a round in the chamber. At least if you're gonna felon carry, definitely don't carry with a round in the chamber. But we're not. We're just having some shitty leather holster or some. You know what I mean? I no, I can't imagine that. That couldn't be me. I no. But something I haven't said yet in this video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all, because you got a good quality holster. Quality. Because you got a good quality holster. Go ahead and check out Adam's channel. Check out the podcast channel, Gun.TV, Centerfire Podcast. Y'all know what the deal is. All right. Of course, I'm going to sit there and tag both the channels in the description as I do every damn video. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one. Deuces.